Hi, this is Drawing Girl 4, and sorry I haven't really been showing my face in any of my videos. It's just that I've been really messy and I'm just too lazy, and I know it's sort of, boring to just look at a wall of it. I don't know. I'm just gonna put this pig or something, You can just, sort of look at that. I know that I'm a little bit late in the bandwagon, especially because, in a way, I would say it's not that controversial now. But right now, I'm going to be doing a rant on Akai Dahlia. Now, if any of you who don't know who Akai Dahlia is, she's pretty much one of the famous Sonic fan brats out there. Now, Akai Dahlia is a DeviantArt artist, and there's many things wrong with her, and there are many reasons in why she's the most famous among of the Sonic fan brats. Well, she's more than your typical average OMG Sonic has green eyes fan brats. No. Akai is much, much worse than that. Okay, now let's talk about her character. Akai has her character who is named, what else? Akai Dahlia. Akai Dahlia, in a lot of ways, is pretty much, people compared her to Amy Rose. And really, who can blame them? She has a darkish red, pinkish hair, and it's really long, and the hairstyle itself isn't really that original, especially when it comes to Sonic. And in a lot of ways, she does look like Amy, especially with the green eyes. And in a lot of ways, her character is a slut and a Mary Sue. And the reason why I say she's a slut, and I know that people are sort of overusing that word, but for me, there are different definitions for what is and what isn't a slut, but I'm not over-exaggerating her here. The reason why I call her character a slut is because in almost every single one of her pictures, her boobs are always hanging out, and even her nipples are showing, and she always has that big booty and freaking, I think it was underwear on it. I don't know, her character is freaking weird, and her character pretty much I haven't actually been in her gallery, but I'm just going it based on what the evidence is shown on Icy Lizard's rant and Sonic 93 and Amy Chan's rant, because thankfully they have lots of evidence for me to work with to determine really what Akai is. So yeah, from that I can tell that Akai's character is pretty much, being your basic Mary Sue, falling in love with Sonic, and having a few personality traits from Amy, actually. I mean, one second she's flirty, the next she's tough, and then, it's just her character is so inconsistent and all over the place, but it's just that it's okay for a character to be inconsistent because real people as we know them are inconsistent. It's just that with Akai, she's so inconsistent to the point in where you can't even tell what she's supposed to be anymore. I mean, your character has that one specific trait. She could have many other traits too, but just stick to it. I mean, just stick to it so we know that it's Akai, oh my god, it's just, I feel like it's as if she's not giving her a personality on purpose so that she could write her any way she wants and it would still make sense in terms of her character. Oh, and another thing, remember when I said that Akai's character is a slut? Well, I also said that because, Akai also draws, porn of her character and Sonic. Yeah, that's right, she's one of those people. And she even ships them a triple shipping with Akai, Sonic, and Shadow, even though Shadow doesn't even seem to be remotely interested in her. And it makes even less sense, that she keeps, saying that she likes Sonic, yet a majority of things, she seems, a lot of the pictures, she seems to love Shadow more than she likes Sonic. I mean, from what I've seen, she doesn't, she barely even loves Sonic that much. I mean, she gets, freaking raped, but, oh my god, freaking Akai. But, yeah, it's just that why do you have to have a triple shipping with Akai, Sonic, and Shadow Akai? I mean, I have a triple shipping, but that's only because, like, it makes sense in this character, and in a way, it's supposed to be a crack shipping, so I know that doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, my triple shipping is freaking Panty and Brief and Deadpool, and but it's just more Panty having two boyfriends because like it's a triple shipping, but I know that it doesn't make any sense, and the reason why I even ship it in the first place is because that it's those characters, and despite the fact that it wouldn't make any other sense to any other character, it makes sense to their characters. But seriously, Akai, what's the logic to shipping Akai, Sonic, and Shadow? And another reason. Am I the only one that thinks that Akai Dahlia is exactly like Ebony from My Immortal? I'm not even joking. I mean, think about it. Both use the middle finger. Both have pretty much no personality besides being their basic Mary Sue. Both, have been told that they look like look a lot like a famous character. Ebony being Amy Lee and Akai being Amy Rose. And they both have the words Amy in it. Funny, even funnier. And they both think, oh, they're so beautiful. Oh, when really they're not. And they both, and they both, I'm trying to think of another reason. And they both, have two boyfriends and can't decide, even though it's pretty easy to choose which. And they both have, pretty much everybody, I guess, loving her. And both My Immortal and Akai has, the characters going through sex. So, if anything, Akai Dahlia is pretty much the Sonic version of Ebony from My Immortal. Just take away the extremely obsessive gothic behavior from Ebony, and boom, you have Akai. I mean, I'm freaking seriously. The reason why I even bring that up in the first place is because through all the rant videos I've seen, I've never seen, people compare Akai and Ebony, yet they are pretty much exactly alike. And the only reason why I'm even comparing them in the first place is because I actually, read My Immortal, and it was hilarious. And another problem with... Oops, my phone dropped. And another problem with Akai is that she harasses people on DeviantArt for the stupidest reasons. And it's another reason why I actually, want to leave DeviantArt, despite freaking Sunder harassing me. So, yeah, like, for one, this person made a picture of what Akai, of Akai in different colors because to sort of, get rid of the whole Amy Rose fiasco with, the character having, a different hairstyle, green hair, and I think maybe a brownish skin color. And Akai hated it, and she thought that it was making fun of her character and said, oh, I'm not going to change it. Akai is perfect the way she is. And another thing, like, this girl, like, she is one of the most ungrateful people I have yet to see on the internet. For one, people have made her, several fan arts, and all she does is complain about it. Like, I'm not going to go too into details because I still have other things to talk about and my time's running short, but just search up the other rants and you'll see just exactly how ungrateful she is when it comes to gifts. And another thing, Akai has zero logic. Like, for one, she thinks that Sonato is rape. Oh yeah, because Sonic, forcing his what into your character, and her character obviously not wanting Sonic to do that isn't rape. Yeah, Kai, so freaking smart. And another thing, with Akai is that not only that, but she's really complicated with Amy Rose. At first, she says that she hates Amy Rose, and I really mean it, that she hates Amy Rose. And then, eventually, she says, oh, I'm neutral to Amy Rose, and she freaking draws a picture with, her and Amy, and they're both naked. I'm just all like, okay, what? Alright, you can go around saying that you're neutral to Amy Rose, but is that even necessary? And it's kind of creepy the more you think about it, because drawing sexy out of Sonic is one thing, but Amy is a freaking 12-year-old girl, and it just makes me feel creeped out just from thinking about it. And I'm just like, seriously? Seriously? It's just, oh my god, Akai. And yeah, she really does have issues. And I think that another thing with Akai is that she for some reason started hating, Sonetto to the point in where she stopped making that comic and just started, hating on homosexuality for some reason. It's weird. I'll talk more about it in the next part.